Hey everyone, this is Corey with Stafford ZDC, and today we're taking a look at this SRM knife here. And I want to start the video by apologizing for the fan noise in the background. It's 90 plus degrees regularly here in southeast Pennsylvania, so please forgive that, but otherwise this room gets way too hot to record in. Now, I forget the name of this, but it does have a model number. We're looking at the Sanren Mu, or SRM, 9203-MG2, and you can see there's a longer code there. But the 9203 MG2 is the number that matters. You have green micarta, there's a nice blue pivot collar on this guy, and you can see a nice deep carry clip that has a really unique feature that I will address in a little bit. You can see that it's reversible here, and we will talk about that momentarily. You have a crossbar style lock, or an axis style lock, the SRM logo on the pivot there. You can see it says SRM. And yeah, without further ado, let's open this guy up. You can see I used a little wrist there, and the reason I used wrist is because this is a knife that is interesting to open up, to say the least. I'm not sure of the blade steel on this guy. I don't think it said it anywhere on the box. It does not. No, so I'm not sure the blade steel on this. It wouldn't surprise me if it was D2 or something similar. 9CR maybe. This is more of a budget piece. I do know that. You are getting like a fairly cheap micarta here, but it still has a nice feeling in hand. And you have quite a large knife. I wear a large size glove, which most of you know by now, unless you are new here. In that case, welcome to the channel. But you can see how this fits my hand. And I'm a little close here with this camera, so I'm going to back you guys up a little bit. And I'll move my mouse out of the way. I hope you like this little background here, by the way. I got a nice little like linen type placemat here, and it's got a lot of colors that I like, and that kind of sort of match the logo with the teals, so I figured why not add a little spice to the background rather than just having this plain desk. But anyway, more about the knife. So what I was saying was, you can see I have a fairly large hand, and this fits my hand pretty well, just a little bit sticking out on the butt side there. And then the jimping lands right where my thumb is. It's aggressive enough, but I wish it went just a little higher. It would certainly be a little more purposeful if it was up here, but it's down here, which is fine. It does work. Ergo-wise, it's pretty good. You can see my hands nestle right into here. Like I said, I wish that was a little further up, and I wish that this corner was a little more rounded in this area here. Just it gets a little pokey into this knuckle. So that's something to keep in mind. If you have larger hands, that this might not be super comfortable for you, but it is, it fits larger hands. So that might be the trade-off right there. And there structurally is not really anything going on right here. So you could, in theory, modify this so that was taken down. It doesn't need to be there at all. So you could sand these down theoretically, and that would be much more comfortable in hand. So the reverse flick works pretty good. The thumb flick is okay. The angle's a little weird on it. The big thing with this is that I can't get this tight without significant blade play. So it's wobbling pretty good. I don't know if you can see it, but I can certainly feel it. That there's a lot of wobble. And I got good action with it right now, but you can see the detent type action is really not great. You're going to need to use a lot of wrist or just like a really strong flick to get this open. You can see that didn't even open all the way. And you could always use like the axis lock to flick it open, but I think you're better off using your middle finger and just knowing you're gonna have to give this guy a little bit of wrist. Yeah, it's just, it is what it is. It's a budget piece that happens sometimes with this style of lock. This is running on, I think it's phosphor bronze. From here, it looks a lot like washers. Which wouldn't surprise me if this was on washers. The way that these kind of companies have been going, I would expect bearings. But I'm not about to open this up to check. It looks like washers from the top down, and it certainly doesn't feel like bearings. So take that as you will. The thing, though, that I want to talk about, we'll talk about the blade first. The blade. It is a flat ground blade with a beautiful clip point. I mean, I really like this blade shape. It's super classic blade shape. I dig it. You know, I think it's cool. I like the swedge on it. You can see that catching the light. And overall, I think it looks neat. I think the hole's nicely placed with it being partially back here for the plunge grind. And yeah, I think it looks nice. So that is that. And the flat grind comes down to a reasonably thin edge and allows for pretty good cutting. Not amazing or anything like that, but pretty nice cutting. And then a nice thing too that they did was they crowned the spine here, so it's comfortable to put your thumb up here. You're not hitting any 90-degree angles or anything with this black washed finish here. Now the cool thing that I wanted to talk about was this pocket clip, and this was pointed out to us all in the pass around by Knife Nerdery. He left a little note that said something special about the pocket clip, and I'm sure you will see his video. Mine will probably release beforehand, but hey, I don't know, maybe Kevin is on top of it with this one. But you can see it's a pretty unsuspected clip, and you might be thinking that these two screws are for the clip screw, but they're not. Those are holding in the backspacer. This clip is held in solely with retention, and you can remove it and swap it by squeezing. So these squeeze together, and then you can slide the clip out. And you can see that there's these shouldered bits right here, and these will slide down into a pocket. So if you are left-handed, you could slide this down into the pocket, and right here you can see it's wider than the hole, but underneath there's space, so when you force it past, they bend in, it clicks in place. Now it's not going anywhere, and now that's still right-handed carry. I thought I was switching to the left-handed carry for a second. Shows you how much I was paying attention, but you can indeed, if I could get this to line up correctly, switch it to left-handed carry. That looks much better. And being a fully ambidextrous knife with the clip swappable, that is great for the left-handed people out there who can't stand right-handed knives, though I know most of you are used to it. But yeah, it is an option, and it's a really neat, innovative clip design. It does lead to, like, there's a lot of flex and play in this clip, but it's not going to go anywhere. And if you do need to swap that, it's nice and easy, as I say, as it's stuck. Well, it's currently stuck on me. There we go. It was canted to one side, which is why it was stuck. I noticed that right as it started to come out. But I will put this back right-handed here. And yeah, that's just something super cool. Aesthetically, this knife is great. Ergos are pretty much there, just a little bit of a hot spot right up here at this point. Blade shape is really nice, cuts pretty well. And besides having some blade play, the action's pretty good. I wish the springs were stronger, provided more of a detent, and perhaps in the future we will get a version of this on bearings. That would lead to a much nicer, smoother action that would allow for a better detent as well. But this is the SRM 9203 MG2, and that's all I got for you today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts on the SRM down below, and thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your day and take care.